Hello, you all. Jason Meeks here. I just wanted to share an experience that I had on March the 20th of this year. Some in the technical sense, this experience is called a dream. The reason I say in the technical sense is because I know that this was more than a dream. I've had plenty of dreams. You all have had plenty of dreams. We know what a dream or a typical dream is, and we know when the dream goes from the point of a dream to a supernatural encounter. This particular experience that I had on March the 20th falls in the definition of a supernatural encounter. Let me go ahead and share. Okay, on March the 20th, I had this experience. I was asleep, but I had this experience that I've never had before. The setting of this experience took place. I'm not sure where I was, like as far as the city, state, where on the earth physically I was. I just know I was in an outdoor setting. It was nighttime. It was a grassy area that I was at, and like I said, it was nighttime. So I see myself. I'm in this setting here, and I'm just kind of walking around, but I was worshiping and praising God. I was worshiping and praising God in the setting while I was walking outside alone at nighttime. At the same time, I was hearing a voice in my head. I was hearing preaching, and the preaching I was hearing was coming from a pastor that I have the highest respect for, Pastor Chris Reed. I was hearing his voice preaching this message in my ear. All of this at the same time while I was just kind of walking. I was just in this big praise and worship the Lord. I was just kind of almost like in a dance as I was just outside, just worshiping and praising the Lord. But at the same time, hearing this voice of preaching by Pastor Chris Reed in my head. And what Pastor Chris Reed was preaching about, that I was hearing, was about angelic visitations. I remember specifically, I was next to this building. I'm not sure what it was, some type of building. I was kind of walking and dancing and worshiping next to it, and I was hearing specifically preaching about angelic visitations. Then while I was in this mode, hearing this preaching and worshiping, I came across something that I had never ever seen before, not even in a dream or any other supernatural encounter. Several feet ahead of me, I came to a pause from my journey here. Like I said, I was kind of walking around outside at night, and I came to a stop because something stopped me. And what this something was standing several feet away from me, and it was man, I'm just trying to explain it. It was about what it was what I recognize now is it was a demon prince. What the word of God refers to as a principality. This was a demonic prince that was standing several feet ahead in front of me. It was blue. It was all blue. That was the color of it. It was about 15. It had to be at least 15 to 20 feet tall. I mean, this thing was humongous. It was extremely muscular, and it was all blue. The only other color was it had a golden girdle around it, And if I remember right, it had a staff or something in its left hand. That part is kind of vague, but what thing is absolute 100% was this thing, this demonic prince was all blue in color. Um, it was very muscular. It was about 15 to 20 feet tall, and it had a golden um, girdle around its waist. And the first thing I realized when I saw this thing is I knew it was from ancient times. You can just tell by the girdle that this was something from many centuries ago, ancient times. Okay, so this thing, it just looked at me with this stern look on his face, and I asked it a question. I asked it uh, something like, "Are you for me or against me? Or are you with me or against me?" Similar to, like, if you recall um, the account of Joshua when the angel of the Lord came before him, and Joshua said, "Are you for us or are you against us?" I asked the same thing, similar to this demonic prince, because when I seen it, when I first seen it, I didn't realize it was a demonic prince. I didn't know what it was. I knew it was something supernatural, something from the angelic realm, something of ancient times, but I didn't know if it was for me or against me. So I asked this thing, "Are you for me or against me?" And I don't recall it even saying anything at all. I just had a knowledge that this is a demonic prince, that it's not for me, it's definitely against me. And I remember once I got that knowledge that this thing is a demonic prince, um, I picked up something. I don't know if it was a stick or rock, but I picked up something and I threw it at it. I threw it at this thing and I started running, so fast away from this thing. I mean, now it may be people be like, "Oh, you're supposed to have faith and you're not supposed to be afraid of this thing." I tell you, you seen something like that, you don't know what you'll do. That's like I said, this is the first time I ever encountered this thing. And like I said, technically, since I was asleep, so in the technical sense, this was a dream. But I know that this was an actual encounter. This was an actual encounter. I'm going to share some videos going forward about what dreams are, because dreams are a lot more deeper than what we actually realize. And I'm going to share an encounter on another video about a experience I had that really, more than anything, confirmed what I'm saying about dreams. Okay, but so I threw this stick or rock at this thing and I just ran and it chased me. It literally chased me. I felt it chasing me behind me. I was looking back and seeing it behind me. I remember crossing over this creek or whatever. And somehow I got away from this thing and I woke up. But man, I tell you, I woke up, I was like just in awe because I was like, what in the world was this? I've never had encounter like this where I'm seeing some uh, angelic being in that form like that. Like I said, it was all blue in color, and it was like 15 to 20 feet tall, and had a golden girdle around the waist, and I believe it had a golden staff in its left hand, and it just stood me straight on. It was wherever I was going in this experience, wherever I was heading, it just stood in my way, and it was like it basically, the impression I got was like it was telling me, "You're not going any further on this journey. I'm gonna prevent you from going further on this journey." And this particular encounter, it did, because I ran away from it. I ran. I was telling my wife after the fact, several days later, actually, I was telling my wife that the next time I see this thing, I'm not gonna run. It's like it got me at the element of surprise the first go around, but now it's not gonna be the element of surprise. I'm going to expect it. I'm going to know what it is from the start. And I'm going to fight this thing like David did Goliath in the name of the Lord. But maybe you all have some type of revelation that you can share, a similar encounter that you may have had. Maybe you all have the identity of who this demonic prince was. I don't know. That's one thing I don't know to this day. I don't know the identity of this demonic prince. Maybe you all can shed some light on who this demonic prince is. Feel free to share it in the comments. But I just really want to share that with you all. Let you all know that I'm going to be sharing upcoming several different videos with these supernatural experiences that I've had. Some dreams, some when I awaken from sleep. But these next few videos, as the Lord leads, I'm going to be sharing supernatural encounters similar to this. But this one, man, I'll never forget this. A day in my life, it was so real. It's like I knew this thing was there, and it was resisting whatever, some type of effort that I was making, some type of progress. It was there to resist this progress. You all be blessed.